Hey there guys, and welcome back with me, Ishmael Barrientos, to the Moto Gumption YouTube channel. If this is your first time, welcome. But today we're doing a parts reveal over the performance parts, the body parts, and one suspension part that I snuck in there. Most of the stuff I actually have on hand. Some things are on the way in the mail, and the other stuff I still need to order, but it's very, very few items that I need to order. So stay tuned for what we're about to show you. I'm pretty sure this is the suspension mod that I'm going to be doing. Nothing super big, but obviously it will be to enhance the riding experience. This pack is pretty nice. Is that it? Alright. Alright. And we have an R1 shock that will be going on the bike, which is nice. Specially made bracket, so actually it can mount to the Fz1. But this is a good addition, even though used, it's a great addition other than the stock shock, which is actually pretty hard and not very much range there. But now you can actually adjust your compression right here, either softer or heavier through this this body right here. So that's a nice little touch. All right, put this up good. All right, well, I hope you guys like red, because red is going on the bike. It's actually pretty nice. This fender here, as you can tell, is pretty much brand freaking new. Inside is clean as can be, but I'll give you the story behind the body panels here in a little bit. So, red it is, guys. Let's get on to that next new piece that we got going on the bike. Next, we have the actual front fairing part where the headlights will be going. Again, red, very great condition. I do have some watermarks and some dirt that I need to carefully clean off, but so far you get a little bit of a view of what we're going to be changing the bike to. Put that there. Piece number 3, we got the tail section. Remember that the other bike had this whole part right here pretty much scraped down, so we're going to go ahead and change out that. Still got the brand new stickers on it. Yes, sir. Nice piece right here. Gosh, I actually like this red. I don't know if I like it more than my white, but I do like this red. Alright guys, and we got gray. So, graphite gray, and actually it's a really slick color. So, like I said, we have the guy, the seller for eBay. What he did was he had a color and he bought the opposing color from Yamaha, the full body, and that way he can have some accent colors on his motorcycle. I'm assuming that we actually got he had gray, a gray bike, and he bought red because as we have a little bit of sticker residue from the tank guard, but we will be getting this off and replacing with another sticker for the tank guard. That way we have no scratches there. So far we have these 4 pieces, which are actually pretty nice. Paint is lovely on them. The next great piece we have is the tank guard. So we got the matching tank guard that goes right on top. Again, I mean, pretty much a flawless piece here, guys. So this will be going on the bike itself. Actually, let's just go ahead and put it on the tank, and we can arrange these and assemble them almost how they would fit on the bike itself. Alright, and next we have the side pieces for the tail, actually. So this will go, excuse me, like this and like this on the back of the tail. So we got some more gray. Alright, so we have the Copper Dog windscreen, which is not see-through, but it is a actually really nice piece that goes on. So let's just take a look on how well this red is actually going to look on here with the gray. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I like it. I don't know. Ugh. I don't know. This is we might have to make some changes. We will see. We might have to make some changes. I hope not, because that's really gonna irritate me. But anyways, So that's what it's looking like with the gray on red. Some things might have to change. We will figure this out. I'm gonna make some room on this table, and we'll get some of the performance parts get going on this so I can show you guys. Actually, let's put this sucker together. Let's put this guy together in kind of the format that it'll be on the bike. I can do that. So let's do that editing magic and woo! Alright, so it doesn't look too bad. Still not sure how I like the red and gray together. I'll have to get a better visual once it's actually all on the bike, but it doesn't look too horrible. Like I said, if we actually don't like it, we will change the sucker up. But for what it's worth, it is not too bad. So here's a better view. But you guys can't see at that angle. So it's pretty much how it's gonna look on the bike. Actually pretty slick. So, alright, let's go ahead and get to some of the other parts, because I know people are wanting to see that Supercharger kit. I love seeing it. And it's shiny. It's not shiny, it's matte black, but I mean it's shiny new. So alright, let's go and get into that, guys. Alright, so now that we got all the body parts off the table, we're gonna go over the performance parts. A little before that though, some of the other stock parts that I need to replace, just to make everything work. So we already went over the rear sets and installed those. We're back to stock for the dyno, we did that. The next thing is, this is gonna be the actual fairing bracket, right, that holds the front fairing and the gauge cluster right here. So we got that. That's nice. Go ahead and install a new kickstand as well as the sensor on that. The other one got kind of dinged up, and then we have 2 more brackets that will be holding the fairing in place. So those are the little stuff out of the way. Oh, and installing some brand new bulbs. So don't touch the glass, guys. Anyways, I'm gonna be installing some brand new bulbs actually once we get that fairing kit on there. All right, so now to the performance parts. I think we go ahead and start off with the exhaust. All right, so I got a new slip-on exhaust that's gonna go on there. It's a Two Brothers. Let's get that bad boy. All right, so we have the carbon fiber Two Brothers exhaust that will be going on there, which actually is pretty sweet looking. So there is item number 1 for performance. I actually like the way these sound. They have a good deep tone to them. Not too loud, but definitely not soft. So you're gonna get that performance sound with your speed. This cute little air filter that TTS sent over with the kit, this is not going on the bike. I will be upgrading this to a K&N filter. It will not be the big one that I have on mine. That's more for a track day, and so I don't have to clean it as much. It's not needed, but I don't think that this actually is supplying enough filter area to actually support the max flow that the Supercharger will be actually needing. So this is not going to be on the bike, but we're going to leave that for visual sake. All right, so the Supercharger actually is a ran off the pulley that goes to the crank, and this is the belt that it uses. It's actually a cog system. So it's not like a belt with ridges. It actually has cogs where this is going to be turning like that. Anyway, so here is actually the pulley that goes into the mounts to the crank of the motorcycle. This is the bolt that actually goes directly to the crank and drives this belt. So there's that. We have some silicone piping. We got some vacuum line that we'll be using a ton of that. So here is actually the bracket that supports the Supercharger itself. Got some dust on it, but so this pulley will go right here. This goes through that pulley like so, and then that goes directly into the crank. So there's your drive system. Right here is actually where the roll check Supercharger is mounted. Will be hanging on the underside of the engine. So there is your bracket for that. We have some charge pipe. This is gonna go right in front of the radiator. Actually, is it this way or this way? It's gonna be this way. This will go right in front of the radiator. So here will be your supercharger, and then directly into your frame and into your plenum. Next, we have our reservoir slash heat exchanger. It's not so great, but the thing about the supercharger kit is that it's self-isolated fluids. So it's not making contact with any kind of coolants or oils. It's its own fluid, and it actually doesn't get too hot because it's not exhaust driven or anything. This holds the fluid. Now people like to say oil, but it's not really oil, it's traction fluid. Now you don't want your traction fluid to get too hot, but it is traction fluid, so that way the internals of the supercharger can actually create traction and turn everything. It's on a, if I remember right, a planetary gear system. I'll have to check into that. All right, you have your traction fluid, which is coming off a little bit, but this stuff right here is expensive. It's about $100 a quart, okay? Not cheap at all. All right, and next we have, it just looks like some traction fluid line, oil line. Anyways, this is gonna be connecting to the reservoir, to the actual supercharger. In line, we'll have a automatic transmission filter, good for 30,000 miles or 50,000 km. Anyways, so same thing I got on mine, works really well. Next thing I will show you is the actual plenum. I have some of it bolted together. So we have the blow-off valve right off the top of the plenum here. Mounts directly to the throttle bodies up on top. Not a bad design. The only problem I have with it is just actually mounting it. There's these two bolts right here that mount it to the throttle bodies. I just hate getting to those, so it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. Other than that, I mean, it's a nice black finish all the way around. This top right here is actually CNC machined, so really nice piece. Actually, and the throttle body ports right here too. All right, next is the supercharger. So we got the Rolltrex supercharger. I believe this is a C15 model. It's good up to 230 wheel horsepower. So I mean, we're gonna be maxing this thing out pretty much to the top end. The internal shaft here is only good to 11,800 RPM or rotations, but it actually spins the impeller or the blades of the inducer up to, I believe it was 130,000 RPM. So that's still pushing out a lot. It's amazing how they got the gearing on these things. But this little guy right here, no joke. This little particular part right here costs about $2 grand on its own, which is insane. And we got the miscellaneous stuff. We got some pipe clamps. We got some bolts, things needed there, some more pipe clamps. Bracket for the actual reservoir. And then, oh yeah, gonna replace the stock handlebar weights or skid weights. Oh, and then the next thing is we got a Synapsis missing link, and I'll explain what this is later on, but it's more of the technical side on boost pressures and your map sensor, and you don't want that seeing it. Like I said, I'll get to that once we actually get the stuff on the bike. Just missing link, guys. All right. As far as performance parts that I have on hand, that's pretty much it. I have injectors on the way. I have the clutch cover is ordered. What else do I have on the way? But there are some things that are needed, ordered. Oh, head gasket. That's also right. The MLS Cometic head gasket is on the way, so we can lower the compression. Oh, and we got some 5.0, which is the brand I use, 5.0 injectors. They're 550cc injectors. Those suckers have not been ordered, but they're going to be ordered on Tuesday. Now, let me just tell you this. The supercharger kit itself costs 3,400 pounds from the UK. Now, in US dollars, I think it's like 3,800 US dollars. So just the kit alone, that's some good change right there. It's a good chunk of change.
And just in case if anybody was thinking, oh, he might be putting the old used supercharger from his personal bike onto the raffle bike. No, that's on right now. And there's the new one. completely different brand new kit. Not going to be putting my used parts onto the raffle bike.
Well, I hope you liked going over the parts and seeing what's going to be changed out. So the body parts are nice. The performance parts are really nice. We'll see how that red and gray look together on the actual frame. I'm hoping it looks good. If not, we'll make some changes. Don't worry about it. Can't be giving away a bike that nobody likes. But the thing is it'll be a big change. On the next episode, what I plan on doing is actually start the tear down of the bike. We're gonna get the tank off, the fairings off, the tail off. We're gonna start taking off the exhaust, anything that needs to go and get changed out. It's gonna be a bare frame, hopefully, when I get done with it. Hopefully I can get the engine out so we can start working with that. As well as going over some of the white bike stuff, because I'd like to race that this season. If I don't start right now or do something on the side, I might not get to race it until next season. I'd like to get the raffle bike done here in the next 3 weeks, probably 4. It needs to be some quality entertainment. So I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. This is a fun experience for me. So up until the next one, guys, this is all I got. Later.